Welcome to the Omnic Recap. I am D, and every Sunday we look back at what happened during the past week in Overwatch. Before we dive into the news, I wanted to address the situation at Blizzard in the past week. It has been a bit of a rough week, especially for the people at the company, and above all for those that have not felt safe and appreciated in their workspace. The state of California has filed a lawsuit against Blizzard for sexual harassment, discrimination, and a frat boy culture. It is a horrific list of events that took place in the last 10 years. When the news dropped on Thursday, I was extremely disappointed. I always had hope that Blizzard was different, but I wasn't really surprised. First off, that laid-back, friendly foundation on which Blizzard was built might have worked when they were still kind of a smaller team. But at the scale that they are right now, it clearly left some room for abuse by a select group of frat boy pricks. That one thing that made Blizzard unique also made it vulnerable. And now we learned that people at the company pay the price for that. Second, stuff like this does not only happen at Blizzard, and it neither only happens in the game industry, where this definitely has been a topic the last few years. This is something that happens everywhere. We still have a long way to go as a society. But back to Blizzard. People are calling for a boycott of Blizzard products, and that is their right. By all means, you decide how you spend your money. But please leave everyone their own choice. See, not every current or former employee at Blizzard is part of all this. So there is no need to harass these people on social media or threaten to take their livelihood. It seems Twitter yet again has turned into an angry mob that does not seem to understand that this anger will get us nowhere. That kind of behavior is actually part of that global problem. Right now, victims feel empowered to speak, teammates are actually listening, and they're helping. They are banding together in hopes of making things better. Because that is the thing. This is not a company problem. This is a people problem. And the individuals that bear responsibility, no matter their pay grade, should face the proper repercussions. The victims, they need our support. And together with the rest of their team, they should get a chance to help themselves and the company to grow above this. And actually make Blizzard in that company that we expected them to be. And us, the community, well, we should take a hard look at ourselves and figure out how we can make a difference in that global issue. And it kind of starts with respecting our fellow human being, showing some empathy, and treating people accordingly. Alright, that was it for my 2 minutes of serious talk. Let's dive into the news. Well, this first one is still kind of tied into that lawsuit topic. It seems that Blizzard had plans to release a new map on PTR on Thursday. It actually was on PTR for a really short time, until that lawsuit news dropped and they took PTR down. Some websites had gotten a scoop and had articles up in which they reported that this map would be released on the live servers by August 17. But all of these articles were taken down later that day. This map is called Malevento, and it is set in a small Italian town. And it seems to harbor a secret talent base. From what we've heard and seen, it looks like a very colorful and vibrant map with a good mix of inside and outside spaces. The thing is, it is yet again a deathmatch map. I personally only play deathmatch when I'm in the queue. And more often than not, it will end up in me and my teammates just goofing off. On the other hand, it makes sense when they're developing Overwatch 2, which has a whole set of new rules like 5-man teams, new game modes, that you will not invest in a bigger map. I expect some lore and even a short challenge with a talent team skin around the release of this map. Question is, when will that be? Blizzard is still in a company-wide communication stop, but that might end somewhere next week if they manage to formulate a proper public statement about the whole lawsuit. I'll keep you guys posted. On the other hand, we also had the start of the summer games this week. And as with every event, we got 5 legendary skins, 3 epic skins that you can unlock with weekly challenges, some medal victory poses, 2 funny emotes, and an extremely tasty highlight intro. More on the cosmetics and a few Easter eggs later in this video. When it comes to gameplay, Lucio Ball, competitive Lucio Ball, and Lucio Ball remakes are back. But nothing changed this year. In previous events, they actually did some effort and changed little things to these events. But this time around, nothing. That could be a good sign, right? I don't know. We haven't had an Overwatch 2 update in such a long time that I'm starting to see signs everywhere. I'll talk more about my worries over Overwatch 2 and the beta in a future video. For now, we're going to have a good look at those cosmetics. Because while the gameplay in this event is rather stale, the cosmetics are actually kind of fresh. There's one emote that has Reinhardt toasting marshmallows on the fire in his hammer. You can tell that Reinhardt is a survivor, unless he equips the actual Summer Game skin in which he kind of looks like he's burning his fingers. The second emote is Wrecking Ball basketball going into beach mode. That little hamster seems to be prepared for any situation. I wonder what else he keeps in there. And there are a few metal victory poses. Nothing too special, except maybe for the Reinhardt one. If you remove his helmet, his face kind of looks, weird. Is he having a stroke? And lastly, the Grill Master highlight intro. Come on, this is just perfect. I'm slightly hungry now, though. Coming up for a barbecue? There were also some sprays and voice lines, but I'll leave you to discover those for yourself.
Would you like to see my muscles?
No. I'd rather take a look at the skins. First, the epics. Winston Ocean King is an extremely beautiful skin. The blue-colored skills just pop. And that crown, it's the cherry on top. 7 out of 10. Among the epics, the Sunset Farah is definitely my favorite. The gradient just nails that sunset feel. The flower pattern ties the colors all together. And that hairdo, it just reminds me that we are in the summer. Perfect. 8 out of 10. The Hanzo Neon skin, it's more of a classic epic. A stylish recolor. 5 out of 10. The legendaries, on the other hand. The Referee Orisa skin has a lot of details that will make sense to American football fans. Like that 4th on the belt buckle. Some people try to explain to me that that is a critical moment in the game. But yeah, I'm European. Enough said. I did, however, notice the Gatorade barrels on her back. 6 out of 10. Sprinkles May looks like a 1940s ice cream vendor. A very different hairdo, which I kinda like. And ice cream and sprinkles all over. 7 out of 10. Mermaid Symmetra is the skin that the Symmetra mains have been waiting for. It looks beautiful, but I especially like the claws on the gun and the octopus tentacles on the portal. It adds a bit of an edge to that otherwise really elegant skin. 8 out of 10. And the last two skins are pretty equal in my book. Scuba Sigma looks extremely ripped for a man of 62. That dude has 0% body fat. I like the little details, like the bubbles coming out of his shoulder pads. And he has a beard. Yes! Sigma joins the beard clan. 9 out of 10. By the way, do you think that Sigma will have a beard in Overwatch 2? And lastly, there's the poolside Ash skin. This is just a surf and splash Ash. I love it, especially the abundance of floaties on both characters. They're clearly both really bad swimmers. And that flamingo on Bob's head, come on. 9 out of 10. Overall, these were some pretty decent skins. And as I said before, there were some extra Easter eggs that they added in that patch. First off, Baptiste finally got his disco ball drone. If you equip his funky skin, the immortality drone will look like some kind of disco ball and give off some extra light effects. Secondly, there's the Soldier Grillmaster skin. We already knew that the health pack that he drops is a beer can in that skin. But in this patch, Blizzard added some bubbles to that beer can to make it look extra fizzy. I guess they have a bubble effect now. Where else could they add bubbles? And finally, they also added a whistle blow to Orisa's Halt skin. Well, it's Halt skin. Yeah. It works pretty well with her new referee skin, but you can hear the whistle blow in all of her skins. I love all these details. What do you think? Before I go, I wanted to share that I'm giving away 24 Summer Games loot boxes. I'll leave a link in the description below. But for now, my friends, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.